Okay, you guys, welcome back in. If you're new, welcome for the first time. Figured I'd do another night read. I kind of love the energy when I'm sitting here quiet at night and it feels like the rest of the world is asleep and it's just me sitting here. It feels like I can tune in more because the world is just quiet. So, with that being said, let me see here. Where do I want to start? You know what? I'm going to pull the Kitten Tarot. Let's see. Feeling like some cat energy. Someone here might be a Leo. Doesn't have to be, but you or your person might be. I don't know. I know that not everyone is a cat person, but I always say you gotta love cat energy. They're very majestic. They are very godlike creatures. And I think I had one that was flipped. Or what? Wait a minute. I have a couple in here that are. What happened to my cards? Hold on. I'm not gonna take these, because we actually have a bunch that are flipped. So hold on, I'm not gonna take any of these because there's way too many that are flipped. So I'm gonna disregard anything that I see here. Yeah, that's weird. How did I have, that's strange. I think we got them. Okay, let's try that again. I'm going to give one more shuffle. But, what was I saying? I was saying, you know, as far as like cats, I don't know about anyone else, but I love watching like funny cat videos and just, I love a cat's energy. They have like this attitude of just confidence, right? Maybe it feels like that might be some energy here in this read. Wait a minute, I still have more. These were flipped. I went through and I fixed the cards. All right, I'm not going to take these. We've got King of Wands and the Tower, but I'm not taking those because they were, I don't know what happened to my deck here. It's weird. You know, it would be one thing if I dropped them at a certain point and I just picked them up and like shoved them in the box. I don't know about that, you guys. It's like a mysterious energy here. What happened? Is that an energy that's gonna come through in this read? What happened? Did something happen within your relationship and it's such a mystery to you? Like, hold on here. Let me tune into what I'm feeling. Feeling something come through here. Like it's a mystery, like your person just, like they just switched up on you. Like 1 minute you thought everything was great, right? That Ace of Pentacles. 1 minute everything was great. It feels like they gave you like a commitment and an offer. And then did they take it back? That's what this feels like. But let's see if the cards confirm that. Three of Wands. I've got a cat that's fishing with the rats. That's interesting. Is that what the change-up is? You found out that they were a rat? This is odd. This energy, they switched up on you. And it's a mystery as to why. It feels like you're wondering if they were ever the person that they presented themselves to be to you. It feels like they did a complete 180 from who you thought they were. Right? And it feels like you may be feeling like you're lost trying to fill in the blanks is what it feels like. Right? Like that mystery, kind of like what I was doing with what happened to my deck here. It feels like they may have ghosted you and left you to, you know, just figure it out for yourself. And you're here looking for answers, saying what happened here. And it feels like this person was wearing a mask. Come out. What are you? Eight of Pentacles. I don't know, you guys. You know, Eight of Pentacles. Let me feel this out here. I think I have to keep on going to pull some more energy. It feels like, you know, like Eight of Pentacles is about like working hard on something, tending to the details of your work. But you know what? I have a feeling. It almost feels like this person, guys, you're dealing with a narcissist. And I'm not talking, you know, that word is around a lot in today. The word narcissist is used too much sometimes. And I know a few personally in my life. And, you know, the thing is that everyone has narcissism. It's a true narcissist, though, is someone who has it to the point where it's a personality disorder, where they are considered an NPD. And that quite literally stands for narcissistic personality disorder. We all have narcissism. We all have things that trigger us into defense. But a malignant narcissist is somebody who plans and manipulates. I wonder if this Eight of Pentacles, this feels like they were working hard to keep a mask on. This, ooh. I don't think this person was ever who you thought they were. I feel like I have to sneeze. Hold on, you guys. All right. I apologize. I think it's a little bit of the sage kind of got to me, since it was kind of burning right in my face, so it kind of just triggered my nose there. But I feel this person has an extreme level of narcissism. They were working to uphold a mask. They were, it feels like when they offered you here, this Ace of Pentacles, it was them being manipulative to get something that they wanted out of you. They may have love bombed you pretty heavy, and I said in a recent reading that we all kind of, you know, when we first meet someone, we may kind of all do a little bit of love bombing, you know, when we're first really getting into, you know, meeting someone and kind of falling into that little bit of like, let's call it healthy infatuation, right? Like it's healthy to have a little bit of infatuation when you meet someone, right? A desire and a craving to get to know someone, you know, that you really like, right? But it becomes a red flag when they overdo it, which is something that narcissistic people do. They overdo the love bombing, like extreme. And it's because it's a tactic. Feels like this cat energy tonight is like that sly, slick energy that cats can have, right? Like when cats are, you know, lurking and watching their prey, they can be very slow as they watch and plan their attack. I did not expect this energy tonight. But then again, you never know what's going to come out once I start channeling and I sit down. You know, you never know. Do I want to keep going with the cats? We've got the... Let's go for one more. The devil. Well, if that... Yeah, you guys... That devil card came out. And it's absolute lies, manipulation. They were putting on a show to deceive you. Gosh, I'm sorry. If this resonates for you, you're dealing with someone here that sold you a story. Do I want to use... I'm kind of liking this deck, but do I feel like this energy warrants... You know what? We're going to go for Alice in Wonderland. Let's go down that rabbit hole. I always think of Alice in Wonderland as going down a rabbit hole, right? Let me just give a quick little shuffle here. All right. So, Ash, you know, I don't even want to ask, like, where is this going? If this person is this type of manipulative narcissist, if they are that malignant type where they are purposefully manipulating to get their way, gosh, I don't want to ask, like, what you should do about this, because the honest answer here is run for the hills, right? But let's just see if Alice in Wonderland maybe gives us a little insight. Let's just see if there's a little bit more insight on this person. Let's see if I can... These cards don't want to shuffle. It feels like the truth has come to light, and you may have been trying to get in contact with this person, push them towards accountability, asking them to explain their actions, which if they're a true narcissist, like I'm picking up on, don't even worry about it, because there is no real answer usually. You know, I just heard that saying, oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. It feels like you found out about this person and they quite possibly ran for the hills, and that's what they're not taking accountability now. I don't know if anything is really going to come out. I want to see. These cards are not shuffling nice for me right now, but it feels like that's the energy. Well, we have got a bunch here. That's way too many. There's like 6 cards that flipped. Yeah, I'm not even. I didn't even look at what was there. That was way too many. You know, if it was like 2, maybe even 3 cards, I'll take those. But there was like 6 or 7 cards there. It's way too many. Yeah, these are not even like, I'm trying to like grab and shuffle, and I feel like they're like not even like moving. Hold on. Yeah, because this person, once you found out, it feels like they were just, they switched up in like complete rigidity, complete rigidness. They're probably denying if they did actually, you know, answer or any of your calls or texts. Let's see if we get any kind of other insight about this person, the situation. Six of Cups or 6 of Teacups. It feels like you're stuck on this. You know, 6 of Cups is often about like joy, pleasure. It feels like when you first met this person, you fell for them, but I think you fell for the lies and the manipulation. So they sold you a story and a dream, but it was never really who they were. We have, let's see, there's 3 cards here. Let's see what they are. Let me put this down over here. I don't know where to put them. Knight of Teacups. Knight of, yeah, see, it feels like they came in with the Star. And then the 3 of Teacups. So we've got, let me feel this out here for a second. The Star energy, the Star energy is about where you need to be right now. You need to alchemize this. Learn from it. Don't hold on to this. This is about your self-healing and reflection on this. You know, the 3 of Cups, they had all kinds of third parties in this. You may have found out that they were entertaining somebody else as well. It feels like it could be more than just one. That was definitely, but, and that Knight of Cups, in here it's Knight of Teacups. Let me see. I just wanted to look and see how well this is in camera. I'm sorry, you guys, if it wasn't in focus this whole time. It feels like this Knight of Cups is what they were, the role that they were playing. And this is who you really thought they were. But this Star, you know, in the traditional deck, look here, the Star, she's kind of like the Temperance card where she's the alchemist. There she is. I'm going to keep my finger over it because of YouTube, but you know, if you can see around my thumb here, you know, she's got one foot in the water, one foot on the land, like an alchemist. This is about learning from this person. You know, I believe that this situation absolutely feels terrible. It sucks that anybody could ever deliberately hurt someone like this. The way to heal from this is to remember that this was never about you. What they did to you was never about you. Unfortunately, you were just a victim to the circumstance with this person. There's nothing that you're ever going to change. There's nothing that you can say or do. Yeah, this energy. The cat was about being sly, slick, sneaky. I just heard sneaky links. You may have communicated mostly with this person on Snapchat, because that's what just came to mind. Keeping everything on the DL. You know, I don't know if we even need to go any further. This feels... God, it makes me want to just, like, apologize to you for them. You know? Like, I'm so sorry that you ever had to deal with what this person, you know, brought upon you. I know what it's like to deal with some narcissistic people, and it's tough. They lack accountability. They blame shift. When you catch them in a lie, they usually lash out in some other way and try and make it seem like you asking questions is a bad thing, like you just don't trust them. I'm going to pull, let's see if there's any messages. I'm going to try and pull one of the Witch's Wisdom Oracle cards. But this just makes me want to say, like, stand strong in your power. If you have in fact been a victim to this person, when someone does something like this to you, when someone deliberately manipulates you, you are a victim. No one goes around looking for that. You know, no one walks around with a sign on their shirt saying, hey, victim here, come and take advantage of me, you know. But it feels like I'm here to tell you, just stay in your power. Let this roll off your shoulders. Don't let this be a reason not to trust in other people, because not everybody is this way. I do believe in the world that we're in today, because of social media and a lot of people preaching, you know, you have to heal yourself, be about yourself. I feel like sometimes some people have really shifted more into that more narcissistic type of energy where everything is more selfish. But I believe that there has to be a balance, right? Like I said earlier, everyone has narcissism. Just that not everybody lives in that narcissistic personality, right? Not everyone lives there. Some people simply, it's a defense mechanism when you push them into that corner. And I have a feeling that this person may have tried to spin it as if you were the narcissist, right? Like if you ever rose up and fought back in a way where you put your foot down, so to say, they may have tried to spin it and go, whoa, look at you, look at you. Yep, look at that, see? They totally concealed who they are. That's a cloak. That, they're not interested in letting anybody see who the real them is. And they probably move on just as quick as they found you and love bombed you, just because you know, they're lost within themselves. This all stems from certain trauma within themselves, and that is not an excuse, but that is a reality for many narcissistic people. It usually stems from a place where they felt insecure and out of control to the point that they manipulate control. And it's all an illusion, really. But that's exactly what the narcissist does, is they cloak themselves so that way nobody can ever really see the real them. And it feels like it's because they don't even know the real them. It's almost as if they become whoever the next person is that they meet. Part of their love bombing phase, what it feels like right here, at least with this person that I'm picking up on right now, it feels like part of their game. And I don't even think that they know that it's a game. They would probably never even describe it as that. But part of, let's call it a personality defect almost, right? Because they don't know who they are and they conceal themselves, they're the type of person who just simply kind of like glue molds to whoever that person is that they have found, right? So if they find a new person who likes, I don't know, surfing, just to throw something out there, they'll go and they'll start making surfing like the center of their life, right? Like it'll suddenly become their #1 hobby, and that's like all they talk about. That's all maybe they go start taking surf lessons just so that way they can, you know, fit into this new life that they're trying to create, just so they can fit in to your mold. So if you've been a victim to this, I have to say I feel very, very sorry for you, but I can also feel your power. Don't let this hinder you for too long. Take the lessons, keep it moving. Yeah. That's your message for tonight.